Chapter 838. In fact, I only realized I could apply my powers to things that are invisible thanks to you. If it weren't for that, I might still be using this power only on visible things. You did remember distinctly when Kishir first applied his power to the invisible. It was during an experiment when Yidhir had inserted a part of his awakener power into Kishir's body. Why would that be my doing? It was all due to your own attempts and achievements, Commander. Not at all. Do you know what I felt was most crucial in developing this power? No, I don't. Whether the target of my power is visible or not, tangible or not, turned out to be not so important. The real difference came from whether I believed I could do it or not. In fact, that was the hardest part for me. Believing in oneself is a difficult task, especially for a man who grew up learning to always doubt his strength, his body, and the path he was on. Yidhir recalled how many times Kishir had said something similar. What I needed then was not to forget that there was someone who believed in me with more certainty than I ever could. So, this is indeed all thanks to you. Yidhir remained silent. From experience, he knew that anything more he said would only lead Kishir to further embellish his argument. But truly, it's remarkable. Back then, it was merely about barely pulling a faint flow of an intangible power. He had felt the power leap forward with healing Emperor Kalusa, but even then, it wasn't to this extent. If it's to the point where even Nahan's abilities can't get caught in or escape this power, one can't even imagine how far Kishir will develop this ability in the future. Perhaps a new method of breaking mental abilities will be created, only possible by Kishir himself. If he becomes able to influence other intangible things as well, this is even more than Kishir in my previous life. Yidhir, lost in his imagination, suddenly paused, led by a voice that unexpectedly emerged from his memory. It will end soon, pushing it until every connection is forcibly severed. And then, had Kishir in his previous life really never used his ability on an intangible target? At least in Yidhir's vivid memories, that seemed to be the case. But then, he remembered that in a dream he had while in the West, Kishir had faintly uttered something similar in his final moments. Yes, definitely, he did. Why had he half forgotten it again? He had a similar experience before, but this time it felt particularly suffocating. Was it because he now clearly understood the content of those remembered words? Pushing it until every connection is forcibly severed. Pushing. If pushing referred to his ability, then the connection Kishir was pushing away must naturally have been something like the golden thread between them. If you stretch a thread to its limits, no matter how strong, it will inevitably break. But what happens after that? Did Kishir really use that power then? Had the connection, the thread, been severed? What happened? What happened next? Just as he felt the gaping voids within his chest stir, about to speak out. Yidhir? Startled by the hand on his shoulder, Yidhir lifted his head. I thought you had fallen into a trance again since you stopped suddenly without a word. Are you alright? Only then did Yidhir realize he had unknowingly stopped walking. His blurry focus finally sharpened. I'm fine. Where did you leave off in your story? I was saying that when we almost caught Nahan, Hosanna arrived. Hearing Hosanna's name nudged Yidhir's cloudy mind back into motion. I saw that too when Hosanna arrived. Yes. The man who had been watching Yidhir slowly began to speak again. Despite discussing something important, Yidhir's mind was haunted by the thought that just occurred to him, chilling him like a sudden shiver. The voice from the dark time remained. ... Yidhir lifted his head again, expecting Kishir to continue speaking, but found him silently observing him instead. The red irises, sinking into the silence, disappeared behind the eyelids and then reappeared. It seems there is a reason you suddenly can't concentrate. Is it something difficult to discuss with me? After a moment's hesitation, either spoke up. You might find this question absurd, but may I ask you something? There is no way I would find anything you ask absurd. What is it? About your power, Commander. Do you know it could apply to the indescribable thread-like thing that connects us? It must have been a completely unexpected question for Kishir. Yet, instead of questioning why either asked it, the man pondered, tilting his head as if weighing his thoughts, then inquired about something else entirely. Well, I'm not sure, but is it something we need to try right now? If so, I will make an effort. No, that's not it. Either quickly shook his head in denial. Just the thought of trying it made his heart chill for a moment. I was just curious if you could. You could even block Nahan's power. Just an answer will suffice. Kishir, with his arms crossed, faintly lifted the corners of his lips and then let out a thoughtful hum. I could block Nahan's power because I had once suffered under that man's ability and spent time thinking about and practicing countermeasures. But with this, it's hard to be certain. It sometimes happens like a thread, but it might not be impossible with effort. ... Still, if you ask me to try it right now, I can't guarantee success. Let's leave it at that. As expected. If the current Kishir deemed it not impossible, then Kishir in his previous life could have reached that point too. The answer after attempting it remained unknown, but hearing this response somewhat calmed Yidr's heart. He breathed deeply and nodded. I see. Understood. Is this enough for you? For now, it seems so. Alright then. Uncharacteristically for Yidr, he accepted the man's vague reply with a refreshing answer, and soon the man softly shifted his approach. I will start again from the part where Hosanna arrived. Is that alright with you? The skillful change of subject, a hallmark of Kishir, always brought a sense of relief at the moments it was most needed. This time, amidst the surrounding darkness, was no different. Yidr swallowed his appreciation for this quiet consideration and nodded. Yes. In fact, none of us expected Hosanna to appear there, and I was no exception. I was a bit late in responding, and Hosanna almost got away with Nahan in the chaos. Had Hosanna been in full condition, perhaps he might have succeeded. But just like Nahan, who was vomiting blood until his front was soaked, Hosanna was not in a good state either. Before anyone could react, Hosanna had managed to grab him and use his ability. But when they reappeared, they were only a few trees distance from the original location. They are over there, Gakane shouted quickly. Simultaneously, Hosanna used his ability again, but this time too, they flickered into view not far away. Nahan's fellow awakeners chased after them, with Kishir, Gakane, and Kurga following in pursuit. The sleet drew denser and the sky darkened. Despite knowing Hosanna's ability was not being fully utilized, locating them immediately was not easy. Still, Kishir opened his exceptional senses as a sword master, focusing intently on his hearing. From the temple's dark backside, near the forest, faint crying sounds were heard. Young master, please, come to your senses. It's me. I have come. I'm here. ...